Hello everyone. Well, I tried to upload a video earlier today, but the video ended up cutting me off. So, my message earlier today was, you need to stop believing that you are not loved. My father just recently passed, and isn't it a great time to spread love and actually spread an encouraging message, right? My parents did not have the best marriage. My dad was definitely not a perfect man. And how he went wasn't... It was a very shock to all of us, but there was a reason. There's always reasons behind things, but the one thing that has just kind of blown me away through this whole 72 hours now, it's been 3 days since I discovered my dad had a heart attack to him passing away to right now. It's probably been more than 72 hours, but it feels like 3 days, but it's probably 4 days now. But surprisingly, I was able to actually, if you've been following me here on YouTube, I have been hitting massive inner peace just within myself, and I've been able to find a lot of grounding for myself and doing a lot of that inner work healing, and the fact that, you know, every level of growth you go to, there's always that life test that comes your way, right? Well, this one was pretty big, and it's still pretty big because I'm still going through it. Because big reason why I left Arizona was I felt pretty abandoned, but my dad always brought me home. That was his thing. It was never the best circumstance as to why I came home. It was never the best circumstance. But he always brought me home. And this time around, you know, we don't get De La Rosa back. And throughout all of this, for how many people have personally reached out, people I don't really know, my whole family kind of got really overwhelmed with how many people reached out that we actually personally did not know. It blew us away how much our dad lived in pain. And, you know, wasn't the perfect human. But we've just gotten how much he has impacted their lives, how much his laughter, how much he just was a good man. It's been really encouraging, honestly, because this family has endured. This family has endured a lot of pain and hardship, and there's secrets and stuff still. But, and unsaid things that we probably never will know, but I'm completely at peace knowing my dad died on stupid Hallmark Love Day, but he was surrounded by so much love, and his father didn't even get that. None of my grandfather was not. He ended up being a very lonely man at the end, and died alone. But my dad, my brothers were there. So if you wouldn't mind lifting my brothers up in prayer, because it's not easy for a man to go through to see their dad just slowly fade away. And yeah, but again, it's like how many people have expressed how warm and loving and how open and how real and how authentic and how he just kind of never withheld his own truth. Like he gave it to you. And if you crossed a line with him, he let you know. He really let you know if you crossed the line with him. And this is the type of man that would never kill a spider. No joke. He would start a fire in that fireplace, and if he saw a spider, he would pick it up and go take it outside. I've had a lot of people die in the month of February, which is kind of surprising. But a really dear friend of mine that I actually went to school with, I remember, and my dad even said this, it's like they don't think they're anything special. They don't think they they don't deserve good, like they're not worthy of good. They don't think that they can have better. They don't think that people can really love them or care about them. They don't think they can truly be happy. And it just blows my mind, because those are the very people that make like the biggest impact on people, and they don't even realize it because of how special they are. And what I hopefully want you to take this message as, please stop doubting that you're not lovable, because you are. You are loved, you are lovable, you can have good, you are able to receive good, and you deserve good. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be supported. You deserve good and greater things for your life. I have been crying for like so many days straight. I look like I've been through it. I've been smoking a lot of weed. But God, you just have to take one moment at a time. I'm so thankful I have found a regime for myself to find my grounding. And I haven't been able to get in that regime since I've been home because of everything. So thankfully tomorrow I can actually start that. And that makes me feel a lot more secure, because I've been really trying to work with being hit with coming back home when I wasn't ready. But everything that I've just witnessed, and how many people that have just recently come back into my life and have just apologized and told me that they've loved me, and they didn't know, and they knew that they messed up, and it's been a lot. And I don't know how to take it, because it's like everything that I was holding on to for so long to try to, protect myself and heal myself and give myself a reason to heal from. And now that, when a death happens, it's like you kind of have to shift your thinking and choosing the battles wisely, right? But because it's not about me, this entire ordeal, because it's my dad being there for my mom. But I have to love myself. There have been moments I've had to go for walks. I've had to really tell myself that I am safe, I am okay, I am really loved. I'm really supported. I have a great life back in Arizona, and just coming up here and having people just love on me, and it's like I know where I am. I know where I'm grounded. I know my truth. I know that I can actually handle situations better. It's more of the confidence behind, you know, being able to collect yourself and being responsible with your emotions and being able to control your emotions and discerning the outcome of scenarios before they happen. And, you know, it's just strengthening that again. It's strengthening the stability. But the one thing my dad and my good friend at school taught me is I need to stop believing that I am not lovable, that I'm not loved. Because that has actually been the worst self-sabotaging belief I have ever had in my life, and has probably caused so much pain and misery in my own life because of this belief. And I just feel and sense like someone's waiting on Mr. Right or Mr. Charming to come in, and it's like you're dealing with a human. Dealing with a human. Yes, we are supernatural beings, but we have emotions. We have a lot of things we go through. And a lot of people run off fear. And it's not a bad thing, you know? It's just, we all have our traits. We all have our coping mechanisms. We all have our things. But it's also becoming aware of our own shit. I know I have abandonment issues, rejection issues, and self-worth issues massively. And massive neglect issues. And thankfully I'm getting a hold of my bipolar, or not bipolar, but borderline personality disorder. That is caused by trauma, by the way. And it's just a negative thinking pattern. It was ingrained. So can be undone. Don't need pills for it. But I'm finally like at the last stages of that, which I'm so thankful for, because I'm not as reactionary. I'm still a little feisty, but thankfully I'm kind of working through some. It's coming out, so it's hopefully. I don't feel like I'm gonna explode, but I need to put me first, like ground me first, so I can actually be able to be grounded for others. And I'm just, even through all of this and looking at Dad and his life, because the fact that he didn't believe that he was good enough, he wasted so much of his years, days, minutes, in one spot in the world where you could go all over the world and see and meet so many people. But he did do that. He did do that in his lifetime, but he just got really tired and I think just kind of wanted to give up a little too soon, but that's okay. We're human. But again, our validation, our worth, what we mean as a human isn't dependent on a person. It should never be dependent on another person. Yes, we need people for encouragement and to help us grow and mature and learn and know better and help us become a discerning supernatural being. And but nope, no one's been good at that. But it's taking personal responsibility and loving ourselves and truly self-compassion and true self-love. Because that's true revival. That's true change. If you if you aren't convicted about feeling wrong or knowing that you did something wrong, you might have to question your motives a bit. But I just wanted to jump over here and say, you're incredibly loved. Please stop believing that you're not, because you are here for a reason. You are here for a purpose. You are here to speak your truth. You are here to tell your story. You are here to help others. You are a special human being who can make a difference. You just have to believe in yourself and find out exactly what that is. And you know, it's not an instantaneous, like, genie in a bottle. You have to go through life and know what life teaches you in order for you to have that soul mission, for you to have that life purpose. What drove you, what drives your passions, what makes you angry. You have to know your emotions in order to know exactly what you want to fight for and what you want to advocate for and what you want to put your emotions towards and all your passions towards for that full motivation and determination. That's love. That's all love. It's love for yourself. That's forgiveness for yourself. That's understanding for yourself. That's letting go of guilt and shame. And knowing exactly where you stand as a human being and not letting anyone else knock you down. Not letting anyone or allowing any kind of abuse or manipulation or control, but being able to see it and stop it gracefully and compassionately and walking away, knowing when you need to. Discernment and judgment is, judgment has been misinterpreted way too much. Way too much. Judgment is supposed to be a just act and a just, how can I say this? There has to be a mutual agreement or a mutual understanding as to one decision to another, if that makes sense. But anyway, if you can do a week challenge of telling yourself, trying to change this belief, trying to change this negative thought pattern, it's literally ingrained in your brain, so it's going to have to take actually 60 days for this to really change within your brain, the brain pattern that you have created to be negative. So if you start telling yourself, I love myself, I'm amazing, I may have flaws, I may have weaknesses, but I can always turn them into strengths. And if I'm aware of my weaknesses, I can actually gain on my strengths and work around my weaknesses so can have a better outcome, and I won't be embarrassed, or I won't have to always focus on it. There's always different perspectives and avenues and understandings to yourself, so you don't have to be so harsh. But once you start telling yourself that you are lovable and that you are loved and that you love yourself and that you are capable of loving and being loved for a whole week, and then challenge yourself for 21 days, and then challenge yourself for another 21 days, and see how your life turns out. I'm gonna do it. But thank you for listening, you guys. You are loved. Even if I have never met you, there is something special about you. Please look for it, because that is your job, is to look for the amazingness within yourself so you can share it with others. Because that's who you are. It's amazing. So be love yourself so you can love others. And hey, possibly love me one day. See you guys later. Bye.